Welcome, everyone, to Dose of Truth Tarot for June 6th to the 12th. Let's see what's in store for us for this week. What kind of energy? Um, Nobody's been specific about what to look for yet. I'm waiting for someone to tell me, do we want to look at abundance? Do we want to look at health? Or do we want to look at, uh, what's influencing us? So no one's been specific, but I will be. I will just look at what is influencing us and what influences us negatively, what influences us positively. I'd like to have a sense of both. So we're going to do, I don't even know how many cards. I'm just going to pick cards till I see, a little bit of negative and a little bit of positive. So here's our first card, the Tower. So the Tower gives us, I think we had this. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. In any case, the Tower is telling us that we we're going through a process of deconstruction. That can be deconstructing um, our our intellect, or what's going on in the mind, deconstructing what's there. This can also play out in our daily lives. So our relationships can deconstruct. It doesn't necessarily mean it's all going to be negative. What can happen is that deconstruction can lead to a rebuilding on a better foundation. So let's say a home is not constructed well and it falls apart. Well, it's a good idea that it falls apart before it kills you. You notice it falls apart so it doesn't, fall on your head or something. So it's the same as something that has been constructed flimsily, whether it's relationship, whether it's your own belief systems. And we've all had that. We've had belief systems that are constructed throughout our lives. We don't know how they're constructed. We don't even know where we get them. We didn't purposely create them. Nobody purposefully gave them to us. Maybe you're brainwashed purposefully, but again, those people are brainwashed as well by other things. And in the end, it's a big mishmash. And sometimes we have to clear all that out. So on one side, it can be very negative. On the other side, it can be positive. So it's up to you to help the deconstruction occur and to remember what is your responsibility, especially if it's in relationship, especially if it's in your work relationship, if it's in personal relationships, whatever's coming. So there's no need to, get all worried about the card. It's to really look at it and go, all right, this card is telling me something needs to fall apart, something needs to deconstruct. So it could be as simple as you need to clean out a closet. It could be that simple. Let's see. What does it tell us? So I'm going to change the kind of gears here by asking, well, I want to know what most likely, generally for the world, because we can't just do me, because I'm doing everyone, and I can't just say several people. We got to look at generally for the world. Okay, so it's going to be the deconstruction of the feminine. As you can see, this looks like a pregnancy card. So, people might find out they're pregnant and it's going to change their lives. And now, of course, there are men and women in the world. There are people who are not going to have, uh, be giving birth, um, even though there's often a couple, etc. So, what else could it be? Right? It's not just going to be pregnancy. It can also be the birthing of a new idea, a birthing of a new project, a birthing of a new friendship. So look at this. Out of this tower, so out of the rubble comes something reborn. We talk about being on the nose. Isn't that lovely? And let's go, well, what will be our conclusion for this week? Look at that, Prince of Swords. And so there'll be a birthing of something new, something creative, but we'll be able to put it into the mind, the intellect. Now, remember, Prince of Swords is all about the mind. The mind is what manifests the matter. It's what that, as soon as we have an idea, we can make it manifest, right? So people often ask me, you know, I'm not manifesting my job, my work, my uh, abundance. I'm not manifesting money. I can't meet my bills. I can't manifest a relationship. We always have to remember that if we don't have a little bit of deconstruction in our lives, like deconstructing things we believe, then very often you think it's only what is in your surface, in your conscious mind, that you believe. And no, we aren't just the conscious mind. We have a subconscious, we have unconscious. There are several consciousness, actually. So there's the collective that can influence us. Let's be really simple here. My conscious mind might say, I'm ready to meet someone and have a relationship. I'm ready to, create this project. But my subconscious mind can be telling me, you can't. So we have to look at those things. We look at that paradox that's going on. That's all we have to do. It's the deconstruction is really to look at, wait a minute, something's not being constructed. It's not very hard to spot, by the way. It's a little bit of hard work. It's a little bit of difficult work, but it's not hard to spot. So one of the things you can do is write down your thoughts or record yourself. When you record yourself, you can hear the negatives from your subconscious that you don't really hear consciously. So some people will say, uh, I don't want to not have money, which means I want to have money because the brain records have money. But, on another level, there can be a paradox going on there where you're thinking that you have lack. Okay, so even though the brain doesn't record no, not, it still can you can detect that there is a lack mentality. So I don't want to not have money uh, is a negative way of putting something. So why do it that way? Why bother? Well, something is going on in the subconscious. So one of the simple things we can do is just change our words, which change the vibration, but do it consciously. I'm not saying this works 100% of the time, but if you spot something, let's say I want money, but I think, oh, I don't want to be without money. You need to sit down and start thinking, wait a minute, that's lack consciousness. All I need to think is, universe, bring me money, right? That's the princess of discs here. I'm pointing with my cursor. The princess of discs does that. All right, my loves, have a great week. Yeah, see you next week. Bye.